This is Code Slice. Welcome back everyone to another tutorial. So in this tutorial I wanted for us to continue on, and we will be covering how to display images and also how to include folders within your packaging. Alright, so once again, I think I did explain this. I'm going to explain it again. So whenever I compile an app, I don't delete the Bulldozer folder, the bin folder, and sometimes even the Bulldozer spec file as well. So I just edit it. Based on the app that I'm currently packaging. Yeah. So the reason I do that, it's so that the whole packaging process, it's much more quicker. If you delete this folder, it will take much longer for you to package your file. Yes, and there are cases where when you package your code, maybe you might encounter errors. So that is where maybe you might have to delete this folder. Yeah, but anyway, let's get started. So now we'll open our Bulldozer spec file. Okay. So last time we saw that by changing the name here, we are sort of changing the name of our application on our mobile device. So last time we called it Skilled Expert. Alright, so we called it Skilled Expert. Alright, so what you're gonna see is there's also this part here which is package name. Okay, yeah, so the package name is sort of like the name of your app package, not the name that will appear on your phone. Yeah, and when you write your package name, something very important to note, it must be one word. So you cannot have spaces or use special characters like this or this. Yeah, so it will give you an error if you do that. Yeah, so rather just have the name as one word. Like for instance, the name of my application in this case is Skilled Expert, so I can just call it Skilled Expert as one word. Okay, yes, and then you also have this part here which is your package domain. Alright, your package domain. Yeah, so what you can use your package domain for, you can sort of use it to indicate or to reference yourself, the one who's making who made the app. Yeah, for instance, since this is Code Slice channel, and I can just say Code Slice like this. Okay, yeah. Alright, so you can use whatever you want there. Alright, and then you also have here where it says source directory. Yeah, source directory. So what's very important to know about the source directory, so basically this is the location that contains your main.py. Your main.py here. That's the location. Yeah, so if you want to have your main.py in another folder or something, you will change your directory here. Yeah, alright. Yes, alright, now let's move on. And then so this is something which is very important. I cannot emphasize how important this here is. Source include externals. So why this is very important, it's because your code might consist of like various like datas or files that you're gonna be using. Alright, so these files, they might come in different formats. Example, your images, they come in PNG format, they come in JPG format and JPEG. You might have other files as well, and so forth. So if you have those files but they are not included here, the extensions, the file extensions. Did I just say externals? These are actually extensions, all right? Include extensions. Yeah, so if you don't include the extensions you have here, what's going to happen is that your app will crash, or you might find out that your images don't show up or something. Yeah, maybe what I'm saying doesn't really make sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an example so that you can be able to see this. All right. So by default already a PNG image extension is already there. A JPG is already there. So let's use something which is not here. So I think a while ago I did a tutorial regarding how to display as SVG image. So suppose you have an SVG image, okay, and you want to include this image. So let's create a folder. We can call this my image folder. Okay, and then in that folder we're gonna put this image. All right. Okay. So maybe let's also just modify our code to include the SVG image. Okay, Control N to create a new file. Okay, so this is going to be our Kivy file. So start app. Okay, so what we're going to have here, we're going to have the canvas. And then in the canvas, we're going to have our SVG file, source. Okay, what did we call it? My image. The name of the SVG image, sun SVG. Okay, I'm saving it now as main.kv. So it's a kv file. Okay, I've saved that. Okay, let's run it and see if it's working. Okay, it's working perfectly. As you can see, here is our SVG image. All right. Yeah. So if I compile this project, this image will not appear, or the app will crash. So in order for this image to show up on my packaged app, what I need to do is I need to include the extension. Yeah, I need to include the file extension, which is the SVG extension within my Bulldozer spec file. So what am I going to do? I'm going to say SVG. All right. So keep in mind that this applies for any other files that you might have. It might be a JSON file. So what you're going to do is you're going to say JSON like this. Yeah. So if you have like a text file, it's going to be text file. All right. So this is just something for you to be mindful about. All right. Yeah. So we've already have Kivy here since we have a Kivy file. All right. Yes. Now something else before I package this app, just to explain further. Yeah. Something else that will be very, very important is yeah. So if you look here, we included a folder here. Yeah, we included a folder. So now with our Bulldozer spec file, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about indicating which folders must be included when you're packaging. Yeah, what you should include though is which folders should be excluded. Yeah, that is the only thing that you have to indicate, which folder should be excluded and which files should be excluded. And how do you indicate which folders should be excluded? You do that here. All right, here, list of directory to exclude. Yeah. All right. So for example, if I had wanted to exclude this folder, which is my image folder, what I was going to do is I was going to uncomment here, all right, because it's commented, and then I was going to write the name of the folder, my image, like that. Yeah, but there's no need to, because yeah, we want to use that folder. Yeah, so let's go on and comment this. All right, yes. Now also, if you look here, there's also the bin directory and the Bulldozer and the spec file. So all of those are already sort of excluded for you by default. As you can see, source files to exclude, exclude extension, as you can see, spec. So the Bulldozer is already sort of excluded by default. The bin is already excluded by default. Yeah, and so is the Bulldozer. Yeah, yes. So yeah, okay. And then also maybe something else that you might be interested in is the version of your app. Right, so you can indicate what version of your app it is. So is it the first one, the second one? It's up to you. You can just play around with this. Yeah, so whenever you make your app. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I think let's go on and yeah, and run and package this. So once again, what are we gonna do? Okay, let's just check one more time. Let's just I'm not sure my, okay, it's not opening. Let's open it maybe from here again. Okay, it's open. Yeah, so let's just check one more time if everything is in order. Okay, so skilled expert, we've included the SVG image here. Okay, all right, so let's go on now and package our app. Okay, we can close this. All right, so open in terminal. We did this last time. All right, so and once again, the first thing you have to do is you have to export the path, right, the path to your local bin. All right, then after that you have to run Bulldozer Android debug. Once again, if you're using a virtual environment, it has to be Bulldozer and then your virtual environment. So you're gonna sort of indicate it like this. It's gonna be something like this. All right, yeah. Okay, so let's go on and start the process. So once again, like last time, I will pause the video and then we'll continue when it's done. Alright, as you can now see, it's done. So APK skilled expert 01 available in the bin directory. Alright, so now if we go there, yeah, here's our APK. So once again, let's move it to our mobile phone and let's go on and run it. Yes, so right, so now we have our APK file. Let's go on and run that. Yes, we want to install it. Okay, as you can see now it's installed, so let's open it. All right, amazing. So as you can now see, we can now see our SVG image displayed here at the bottom left corner. Yes, so that is how yeah, that's how it's done, and that's it for this tutorial. Please remember to subscribe and also leave a comment, and I'll be sure to try and answer you as much as I can. Take care.